I am 20 years old. I am a sophomore, but credit-wise, I am a junior. And I am a biology major. I have a 3.82 GPA.
I'm 21. I'm a junior in college, majoring in accounting. My current GPA is 3.54, I believe.
I'm 21 years old. I'm a senior. My major is chemical engineering. I'm minoring in packaging engineering, and I'm on a pre-med track. My current GPA is a 3.6.
I'm 22 years old. I am a senior, and my major is animal science. My GPA is a 3.0.
I'm 23 years old. I study second year computer science. My current GPA is 3.2.
32 hours a week.
25 hours.
Anywhere from 10 to 20 hours a week studying.
I spend around 30 to 35 hours a week.
It's either I'm studying a lot over the course of a short period of time, or I'm not studying at all. Accounting is pretty difficult. It's just a lot of studying.
My effort towards my studies is way above the average.
I believe that perhaps students who go out less than me probably put a little bit more effort just because they have more time to not be hungover.
It's definitely pretty rigorous, and it's not like a liberal arts degree.
I definitely feel like the effort that I put in is above the average college student.
I've made the dean list every semester since my freshman year, and I am the top of my class in chemical engineering.
My current career path, like I said, is to be a pilot, a commercial pilot, or an airline pilot. And I did it from zero, no experience, in 10 months. And it takes most people anywhere from 4 to 5 years. During my 10 months that it took me, I was studying anywhere from 40 to 50 hours a week. But I was also going out and partying a lot, probably the most I've ever done in my life, actually. Probably did the most amount of new drugs.
Currently, I am working at an apartment complex about 25 hours a week. I go to the gym 6 times a week. I am part of one of the pre-vet society clubs, and I always find time to go out at the same time.
I beat the Ender Dragon on Minecraft.
I've shadowed 11 different specialties of doctors, and I've made the dean's list every semester since I started.
Become a very sophisticated and professional process engineer in the hopes of becoming self-sufficient and making a shit ton of money.
I want to be a holistic veterinarian. That is pretty much integrative Chinese herbal medicine. It includes chiropractic, acupuncture.
In the near future, I'd like to do web development and things that I could work on from home.
For now, I'm really interested in dermatology.
For a career, I love flying, and I think it's something that I would like to pursue for the time being, just because it's a comfortable career. You make a good amount of money and you can live comfortably, but I don't want to live comfortably. I want to live really lavish and spend a lot of money on partying and exploring, and who knows, maybe doing some drugs. I don't really know.
Either Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays.
Anywhere from 5 to 6 nights a week. And this was, taking 15 plus credits sometimes per semester. I don't go out that much, but I definitely go crazy when I go out, more often than not.
Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays.
I go out between 3 to 4 nights a week.
I don't think I've gone out sober since I was in middle school.
Those nights I go out, I've not been sober once.
None of those were sober.
I'm usually never really sober when I go out.
And I'd say I'm pretty much high from the moment I wake up till the moment I go to bed. Done weed.
Weed,
Marijuana,
Weed,
coke,
cocaine,
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 Xanax,
Xanax,
mushrooms,
mushrooms,
shrooms,
acid,
acid,
Molly,
Molly, ecstasy,
Adderall,
2C,
2CB.
perks, poppers. I've done whippets.
and I've been roofied before.
I'd say it just makes life like all around harder. But I seem to like that. It depends. Everything makes me feel a little different. Some of them make me feel shitty. Like, I know weed just makes me paranoid sometimes.
I feel more confident within myself and when I'm speaking to other people.
I just feel very relaxed, very creative.
I guess it's just part of the lifestyle. I take them, I enjoy them, I take them again.
I am very educated on the consequences because I have gotten a written arrest. I have been pulled over with the possession of marijuana.
When it comes to substances, I'm about as educated as Google can get you.
I've taken organic chemistry and I pretty much know like the pharmacology behind these substances as well. Since I am pre-med, that is something that like I'm gonna have to know in the future if I am working in a hospital and dealing with like a case of like an overdose.
I'm pretty well aware of potential consequences and side effects of other drugs. I just choose to not really give a fuck about it.
I'd say I'm well aware of all the consequences and side effects. There's something I think about every single day, and that's something I've been doing for like the last 3 years, but for some reason I can't seem to stop. The fattest line of cocaine I've ever seen in front of me on the kitchen table as like a breakfast. So I could go to my class and do my midterm, and I just remember snorting that line, going to class, acing my midterm. Got a 98 on it, I think. Last night was a perfect example. I like woke up, drank about like 16 bottles of champagne.
I put the window down and I started throwing up so much, just like hanging out the window, just like throwing up, like throw up was flying like on the car outside.
I've totaled 2 cars drunk driving so far. I'm not proud of that, but you live and you learn.
The cop ended up taking out her gun and she tased me and I fell on the floor.
When I did acid and I had to be with my dad, and so he just had to watch me like look kind of crazy, just like stirring my soup that I couldn't eat. And then I was just like in the bathroom crying, like wondering like, what does everything mean?
And I was pretty much falling asleep on the toilet seat.
I remember once my friend gave me an avocado and he put a Xanax in the avocado, and then next thing I know, I'm blacked out.
I went over the bar, took the vodka bottle home, and I ran out as the bouncers were chasing. My friend came in a scooter to pick us all up, and he was also drunk. So we were triple scooting home drunk.
I've had a Friendsgiving where I made the gravy edible, and I had edible cornbread, edible chocolate cake.
My boyfriend had to like drag me into the shower and like shower me. Like the only thing I remember is like sitting down on the tub, like crying hysterically for some reason.
I ended up falling asleep in a bush nearby my house, and I woke up to a homeless man dragging me across the street.
All of a sudden, like there was a knock on my door and 5 grams of coke fell on my lap. Wasn't planning on doing it, but here I am. It's a whole day later. I don't think I've slept yet. My nose hurts. My heart's beating really fast.
A lady approached me and gave me a Corona. Once I finished it, around like 20, 30 minutes, like almost an hour, like my memory just vanished. And I ended up waking up at her house with a dead frog on my face because they were pranking me. And I woke up in my boxers with my pants wet because I peed myself. So they drug tested me and then I tested positive for rohypnol, which is a date rape drug.
And I meet this guy and he buys me a drink and he's like, hey, like, let's go book a hotel for the night. And I'm like, okay. So we start walking around looking for a hotel, but all of them were booked for spring break. So on our way back, we found a bench and it was like kind of hidden. It was like by an intercoastal. So yeah, we had sex at the bench and then we went back to his roommate and he's like, oh, like, would you have a threesome with my roommate? And I was like, yes, okay, let's do this.
Every corner you can think of, people were just having sex, they were making out, they were doing whatever it was. I got offered any type of drug you could think of. There was ketamine, there was meth, there was cocaine, there was LSD, there was ecstasy, there was weed, and there was alcohol. Every room that you walked in was an orgy.
We had this huge boat. We bought like 200 beers, like 4 bottles of tequila, 3 bottles of rum, and definitely enough cocaine to kill all of us. And we go to the island. All their phones are dead by the time we get there. So we're just kind of on this island, dead phones, killed 180 beers in probably like 2.5 hours. And then next thing I know, we're starting a fire on the island. The biggest fire I've ever seen. And it was starting to spread to the trees on the island. We see a bunch of police siren boats and like fire boats pull up on the island. And we all scatter. We're like, what the fuck? Like, we don't know what's going on. People were calling saying, oh, this island's on fire, island's on fire. Police were like searching for us on the island. We're like hiding in bushes. Like the night started out pretty chill. It was just like me and a couple of friends. And like I made the mistake of like mentioning this girl that I had met recently. I told my friends about her. I was like, yeah, like she likes to do a lot of drugs. Like it went from being a joke to like I had my friends like pinning me up against a wall, like asking me like, oh, like call her, you know? And I fucking did. I called her. It's like 2 a.m. She shows up with like a bunch of coke. Everybody's doing it. I'm fucking wasted. And I remember laying in my bed, 2 friends on either side of me, and one sitting on the edge. He was like, oh, like, Anne, like, what do you do for a living? And she's like, oh, I'll show you. And like, she just fucking drops her skirt, lays on my bathroom floor, and I never thought that I'd be seeing that with my friends in my room. I don't know how long it's gonna last. You know, I wanna quit. Like, I don't wanna do drugs every day. But I also can't see myself living a life completely sober. Yeah, I've already diagnosed multiple addictions.
Maybe once I get into vet school, which will be in about a year or 2, since I will have to be studying pretty much every single day. But after I'm out of vet school, I feel like I would continue that type of lifestyle.
I feel like because I am in college, it's okay. You know, you gotta enjoy your youth.
I am a person that doesn't really have an addictive personality. I just don't think that I have the time between my ability to balance party life and school life. I definitely think that it's achievable.
I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be doing drugs for. Because I think as long as you moderate it, you could probably do it your whole life.
Absolutely, I'm okay with the choices I've made. I've become a very well-rounded person in terms of my academic achievement and my personal achievement. So I don't regret any of the choices I've made.
I don't regret any of it. When I don't have something to do or an activity to do, my studying does decrease. Like times that I didn't have a job, I didn't study as much. Times when I didn't go out, I didn't really study because sometimes when I do go out, it kind of motivates me like, oh shoot, I just went out and now I have homework due. So then I'll do all of it.
I definitely am okay with the choices that I've made because I'm still able to get straight A's in my classes. I'm still able to participate in extracurriculars, shadow doctors, volunteer. Like, I'm still able to do all these things because I'm able to balance it.
Do I regret it? Yeah, I do. But like, I mean, you can't stress about that stuff, right? Yes, I think we're all live and we learn at the same time. So, I mean, we're all here for a short amount of time on the planet, so why not explore and do different things instead of doing the same thing your whole life? Sounds pretty boring.